While watching Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, if you found yourself constantly asking, "What the hell is even that?" then you are not alone. In fact, I had so much more than that to ask. By God's grace, one such question wasn't where are the rest of the Avengers? The movie takes place in its own baby universe, which is a place beyond space and time, and that offers more problems than solutions. Marvel at this point has no definition for any of its terms and just uses them as jargons to confuse the already bewildered minds.
I'm sorry, I'm confused.
We know from Shang-Chi and Miss Marvel, dimensions and realms are pocket universes existing in the same world we live in, just hidden. While in the grand calculus of the multiverse, there are infinite worlds and alternate versions of everything that we know of. So, the multiverse has infinite worlds, and each world can have many dimensions and hidden realms. Understood? Good. Now throw that knowledge in your nearest dustbin because the new movie comes up with new, or should I say, no rules. Lack of consistency regarding the rules is just one of the many problems that the first movie in the new phase of MCU has. Let's dive deep and find out what the other problems are. As if the quantum realm makes any sense, we have quantum beings. And there are a lot of them, and they come in all shapes and sizes, and some of them have holes.
That was weird.
We see Janet getting lost in the quantum realm and Kang getting exiled there. But how did so many others end up here? Janet told Han Solo something about evolution in the previous film, so that may be an answer. Whatever the reason might be, I'm glad we ended up getting a Star Wars storyline in the MCU where there is an evil empire using the dark side of the Force that abducts a princess and is not trying to crush a rebellion, while the hopes of the rebels depend on the new heroes that have emerged. There's a bar with all kinds of creatures, and Janet goes further to even dress up like a Jedi. Okay, you knew this was coming. Janet unleashes Kang on the subatomic world and then leaves. The unleashing part is not much of her fault, but then she just left, leaving the inhabitants of the world to deal with Kang alone. And I wish that was the end of the list of awful things that she does. Not only does she not tell her family about everything that she had been through in the quantum realm, she also thinks it is a good idea to not warn Scout about Kang when he's about to enter the realm. Yeah, they thought we would forget. We meet Kang, who commands an army of stormtroopers and is the ruler of the quantum realm. Everyone else we meet inside the realm is either scared of him or wants to make love to him. And he has in some other timeline apparently killed Thor as well. I'm not too surprised considering the idiot he becomes in his later life.
1, 2, 3.
But with everything that he does in the movie, Kang gives us no reason to believe he can defeat, let alone kill the God of Thunder, unless he transforms into a snake and
he knows that I love snakes, so I went to pick up the snake to admire it, and he transformed back into himself and he was like, "Yeah, it's me!" and he stabbed me.
Kang not only got overpowered by the giant ants, but also lost a fight to the duo of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Well, good luck fighting Adonis Creed next month. Wait, is that Thor's queen? Is this the timeline where he kills Thor? One thing that makes superhero movies memorable is a villain whose motivation is understood. Remember how Zack Snyder added this little layer to the cut he made and that made all the difference? Or how some people still feel Thanos was right? Well, in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, we have a villain we barely understand. What are his powers? And what is the source of those powers? His suit? What charges it? Why is he destroying timelines? He says he knows how it all ends and that is why he does what he does. And he is our only shot. But destroying something that will be destroyed eventually is hardly a motivation. And why was he exiled? Maybe he forgot to hit the like and the subscribe button. Back at home, Hank does one of the tricks I bet he also does in his bedroom. While everyone laughs, Janet can't help but say, "I've missed this." I thought she was obviously referring to the family time, but then Hope just had to ask, "No pizzas in the quantum realm?" Okay, wait, it's been 5 years since he got out of the quantum realm. Why does she bring it up like it happened yesterday? Warming up the audience, right?
Yes.
In fact, so many dialogues in the movie are expositional and don't feel real at all. Kang once asked Scott, "Have I killed you before?" Like he would know if you did. Congratulations, Kang, you did not only lose 2 ants, but also have the brain size of a peanuts. We have a new underdeveloped female superhero in the movie, like every other Marvel production these days. Do we have a name for her yet? like Ant-Girl or something. In the comics, she adopts the name of Stature and becomes friends with Kate Bishop. She goes on to join the Young Avengers and fights Kang the Conqueror after Scott Lang dies. But in the movie, she is there to remind Scott how much he sucks now and how he should still be risking his life all the time and should not want to spend his time retired with the family. She creates a problem at the beginning of the movie and a solution by the end of it. During the course of the movie, she is pushed around like a plot device. Cassie Lang is a poor man's Greta Thunberg with the brains of Stephen Hawking, and she has a suit for reasons. The movie has no conclusive end. While a non-conclusive ending is what made movies like Inception the talk of the town, frustration is all Quantumania's ending brought to the table. Did Kang die at the end of the movie, or did he just get sucked into some other dimension? Kang's demise in Quantumania reminds me of Red Skull's defeat at the end of Captain America the First Avenger, and even Darren Cross's death in Ant-Man. Because Quantum Realm is a world within worlds, Kang could very well be sucked into some other world. The movie does nothing to add to the character arc of Scott Lang. In fact, the movie ends in the same tone as it began. It is weird that Scott Lang saves the world and starts up a new era of MCU, but sacrifices nothing along the way. In fact, when Hope came back to save Scott, I thought they were gonna get stuck in the quantum realm. They even seemed to be okay with it because they were gonna be together. So I was surprised when Cassie opened the portal again and they went home. It somehow undercut a big emotional moment. Scott Lang started the movie as a retired Avenger, and it would be reasonable for him to end the movie stuck in the quantum realm, awaiting new adventures. Okay, how much time has passed during the events of the movie? The last time Scott Lang was in the quantum realm for 5 hours, 5 years passed on Earth. It feels like time almost stopped between his long adventure this time.
There is a scene at the end where Kang is totally overpowered and held by giant ants. Like it's almost impossible to get out of the situation. The leader of the rebellion tells Scott will finish him. You go, thank you. And then when Scott is about to enter the portal, Kang is back somehow.
I guess if you solve a problem off screen, you don't have to deal with the technicalities of the problem.
Also, during that final fight, Kang says you could have seen your daughter again. Didn't he refuse to give Cassie back?
You know what? F it. Just treat it like as a Bollywood movie. Enjoy without logic.
Jonathan Majors, only his nose is major, nothing else.
I don't think it is a Marvel fatigue or higher expectations that are hurting the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I walked into the theater with no expectations, knowing this is a light-hearted Ant-Man movie, but the movie tried to over-deliver and failed miserably. This could have easily been a fun movie with Murdoch as its main villain, ruler of the subatomic realm. That would make sense since he was the first to reach and could have acted as the founder of a strong community down there. He could, after all, have been working for a secret entity we would later come to know as Kang.